Show. Andy and Castoe, King of Castoe Show.
Bad. It was so bad. Yesterday, fuck, what was it? Oh no, we were all playing, because we made a stop on like our birthday, bar tour, for Dave at this little brewery in Chatsworth, right?
Yes.
Oh man, it seems like your dad would be like the life of the party there, dude.
My dad is very much the life of the party until he realizes, wait a minute, I think I hate people. And then he sort of stops being the life of the party, and then goes and walks away somewhere. But he's very much an entertaining man. This reminds me, we went and saw a show last night, a theater play. It was fine. It was whatever. It was all right. We enjoyed
Evan
it.
Hansen.
Yeah, dear Evan Hansen. But he started talking with the person behind us apropos of nothing. It was like, "Are you involved in the theater world at all?" and she's like, "Yeah, I actually did." She did shows like right after I did shows at the college I went to out here. And I saw some of them, and I didn't remember her. But like, just the fact that he was like, "So you're involved in the theater world? What plays have you done in the past, however many years?"
He's so goddamn gregarious, it's insane.
Yeah, it's my goodness, my man. So this brewery, goofy beers, straightforward beers.
All of them had funny names, but they were pretty straightforward beers.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
decent
fine.
brews, nice vibe. Little bit of an older crowd, and I'm like, oh, Max Scott Souls would thrive here.
He'd thrive.
Yeah, he would. So, but it was just kind of like a slow night. So we play like a board game, right? We're playing Star Wars Trivial Pursuit, but
oh goodness,
it's like right after episode 1 came out, right?
Okay.
So it's pretty much just original trilogy type shit. And I'm like, okay, great. Whoever wins this loses. You know this, right?
Yes.
Like, oh, congrats. You know the most Star Wars trivia out of everybody. And guess who brought home the gold?
You baby?
Me.
Yeah, baby. That's what we're saying.
One of the answers was Porkins, and I got it right. And I felt like the biggest fucking nerd on earth.
Who's the biggest fat ass who fucking gets blown up?
No, oh my god, it was such a shot in the. It was a shot in the dark. It's like, okay, who was covering so and so during the Death Star run? I'm like, fuck, I don't know, Porkins. And
yeah, literally, the only time that guy's name's mentioned, the line is like, "Cover me, Porkins," and that's it. So that's a good
Porkins
guess.
is a fat guy, and I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I went on to win that round,
and they shoved him in with a toilet plunger into that X-wing. There's you can tell the set was designed for certain sizes of people, and then they're like, and also Porkins. Let's get Porkins in there.
Porkins, why are you so shiny? Margarine,
Luke.
Really, not lard? Kind of okay, whatever.
I was eating margarine the whole time.
Yeah, but I won the Trivial Pursuit, and then we're like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here, and we head on to a very goofy themed the Alice in Wonderland bar on like the west side of the valley, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, this is odd. I very quickly lose a game of chess to Tom. I just was not in the right headspace. Didn't have my Kasparov face on that day.
Yeah, you were still in the Star Wars trivia glow, and then you were humbled by a true
Honestly,
master.
I'm glad I didn't go back to back and won 2 nerd games in a row. It proves I'm mortal.
That's what we're really concerned about when we talk.
Yeah. No, but I give off this air like, holy crap.
That's a screenshot specifically from Kingdom Hearts Recoded, and you can tell by the block that the Cheshire Cat's sitting on. And I registered that, and then I felt extremely embarrassed to have known that about Kingdom Hearts.
Hey, well, at least you didn't win Star Wars Trivial Pursuit.
You're right. Tell that to Kanji Club. That wouldn't have been in the book because, right after episode 1 and all that.
Nah. No, oh my god, they reference Captain Neva, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like what rank was Neba in New Hope? And I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, yeah.
The first of 2 Neba related questions that evening.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah. And then later on in the evening I went to drink I think like four little cocktails. For a man of my stature, that's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I eat those. And no huzz were talked to, except I beat a couple of women in a
No,
game
just
of
leave it at that. Just leave it at that.
pool.
Just
No, no,
oh,
no.
cool. Okay. No huzz were
My
talking to
mind
you. I
was
just beat a
blown
couple.
by practical magic. There was a practical magician there.
Oh.
Holy shit, dude.
He just sallied forth with his hat and cape and said, "Salutations, magic appreciados," and you're like, no,
Yes,
absolutely not.
yes. If that was to happen, unironically, I would lose my shit. I would go so nuts. It's like, oh, I am prepared to be amazed. You know?
Yeah, prepare to be
But-
amazed. That's
No, he was kind of cool. Like he was a little nerdy, a little bit of that kind of snuck through, but he was overall like a cool guy, right? And he got my ass. He put like a nail through his face.
nice.
He oh yeah, that scared the huzz. That was just absolutely frightening the huzz.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was frightened too, it's like, holy shit, he's hammering a nail through his nose. I don't know how this works. Then he takes the nail and punches it through a fucking wooden block, and I'm like,
well, either really, if you want to know,
do you want the Magic Castle to revoke your membership, Mac?
the Magic Castle will not accept me any longer. I've never been to the Magic Castle, actually. I would love to go to the Magic Castle, unironically. At least
the Guild
once.
of Calamitous Intent is going to revoke your membership.
No, please.
Oh no, what's the fucking Magic Guild from Arrested Development?
Oh, I don't fucking remember that.
Yeah, but you're
It's
not going
it's
to be in
not
there
just
with Will Arnett anymore.
No, it's not just
Man.
going to be the Guild of Musicians with dead pigeons in the fridge or anything like that.
The Alliance
I really
of
like that
Magicians.
Yes, the Magician's Alliance. Fuck
Well,
yeah,
I would
dude.
hope.
You're wild.
I would hope the magicians would have their alliance, sweetie. Thank you, Antwan. Yeah.
That was beautiful. But yeah, this podcast, we'll never, reveal a magician's secrets.
Okay. I would never do such a thing. I just want to know if you wanted to know.
Don't ever accuse me of that.
We demand to
God, I
be
love
taken
that.
seriously. I love that side.
Look at the fucking wizard on the right.
Yeah. Would it be funny? Did they ever do a joke? I don't remember. Did they ever do a joke where one guy walked in with like a white cloak, like about to put something on his head, and then he realized he was in the wrong room, and so he just left?
Oh God, I feel like that happened.
I feel like that if it's not a joke that happened,
Like
which it
wizards
must
meeting.
have been. Yeah, exactly. Wizard meeting.
I don't belong here. Ooh.
And that's the
Like-
dean, I think, in the background on the left there.
I love the dean, and
Dean.
he will always be the dean to me.
Jim Rash, I think the actor's name is. He's very funny in everything he's in, but yeah, we know him mainly as the dean. Is the thing.
God bless that dean. He's so
Yeah.
kind. He's gay, and everybody knows it, but
Ring a ding
so low-key.
ding.
yeah, he's kind of low key about it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I really like just every Dean joke I think's a
Ring
gem.
a dean.
But I love the one where he's dressed as like a half man, half woman, and he comes into the room and he's like, "Can I be honest with you guys? I think I went too far with this one. I have to go to the bank today. What am I supposed to tell them?"
Oh my God.
God.
That's it. I'm rewatching Community.
Yeah, you convinced me. You convinced me.
Oh,
6
okay.
seasons in the movie win, Dan Harmon.
It's never gonna happen. Dan is dead. The dog is dead.
Damn, the dog is. We can't keep referencing the dog is dead.
Can't
Except
keep referencing
But
that.
it's really
Except-
funny.
Except we could do whatever we want all the time.
Except we can't.
Yeah. Yeah, take that, Paul. All right. Well, what else happened? Oh, I went cracked. At the end of the night, I was playing simultaneously at the same time a game of darts and a game of pool.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're sexiest man alive, I think.
I literally won both games. It was amazing.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Dude.
I'm gonna hit myself a bullseye and then sink the 8-ball right there, and no woman witnessed it. Huzzah! And then I left.
Nick, you have some mail. If you open it up, you have a card, an invitation to the Players Guild.
Oh my God!
You a certified player.
The Player Haters Union.
Oh my.
The unionize.
Oh my god. Awesome.
I would. Is that? I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. Antwan, can you look up player haters union?
There's no way.
Because I know the player haters ball is like the Chappelle bit, right?
Because why would they have a union?
There's no union.
Oh, I would just imagine like a bunch of pimps, like meandering around a construction site and not working.
The player haters ball comes up with exactly what you're describing right now with all the pimps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Buck
Well, then
Buck Nasty. Whatever the one Patrice O'Neal's called, one of them. I've written Patrice O'Neal.
Patrice is Buck Nasty.
No.
No. Patrice is Oh fuck, he's most likely to gain weight and die.
Yes, but he has a name. I thought he.
I'm trying. Oh god, it's like Pitbull. It's Pitbull.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember Charlie
Pitbull.
Murphy's Buck Nasty.
Yeah, Charlie Murphy's Buck Nasty. The Ashy Larry guy is beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Stop it! You're killing him.
and Dave Chappelle is Silky Johnson.
Yeah.
There's also Mr. Roboto, played by an Asian man, the least understood hater. Rako brokas sexual chocolate.
Oh,
Yeah. Chinese accent. I'm
I
so
think
glad that's allowed again.
So.
You know,
I still think it's tenuous. I still think it's very tenuous.
we're
And
playing on the edge.
in fact, the episode I was just editing of UFO 50, I make a joke about poisoning people like a noble samurai, and you were like, and you start getting into like, oh, I remember.
Bit.
No, you start going. I remember that plot point of Ghost of Tsushima where it's like, oh, you're very and then you like get like apropos of nothing.
Yeah.
You decide to like full blast the accent for like I don't know 6
That's
seconds.
how they sound. That's just how they sound.
That's how they all sound. You say as you're being dragged away.
Listen, I didn't play with the fucking subtitles on. All right, it was like Japanese people doing an accent.
That's how they sound.
I played the whole damn game. They sound like that.
And I think the entire time I have like racially tinged like on the screen.
That's great. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Listen, it would be offensive if it was inaccurate, but I'll stand by my comedy because it's a fucking joke. You cretins.
Can't you take a joke?
Yeah, I'm not killing or hurting anybody. I'm not even inciting violence. It's a goddamn joke. All right. Well, look how you got that out of the way. Oh, plenty of shit has occurred. And by plenty, I mean two things we have to bring up.
News.
Oh yeah, no, I keep seeing like all over the internet. Team USA, the hockey team, absolutely trashed Team Canada.
Oh, let's go.
It was like no, okay, because the NHL has this thing where it's like nations duel, right? And it's Canada versus US, and this game took place in Montreal, so everybody in the stadium or the arena was Canadian. And for the American national anthem, the Canadians booed our team in our country.
Okay, Canada. Listen, I would never, regardless of what your country has done, regardless of what my opinion is of Mr. Trudeau, regardless of whatever, I would never do that to you.
Yeah, because you're doing the fucking hockey guys.
Yeah, that's fucking rude.
Yeah. It's like, these are people of our nation. There's not the fucking government you're playing out there, all right? So calm down.
Yeah.
That being said, I think, 3 or 4 fights broke out within the first 9 seconds of play. And we beat the absolute fuck out of those Canadians.
God bless America. Oh,
actually, the most patriotic thing I witnessed. We were just absolutely thrashing those Canucks. Yeah, and then yet we go on to win the game. I think 2 or 3-1. So shove that up your ass.
Eat that American dick. What? Yeah, that's
yeah. So
you see, he has his fists up. He's ready to go. The other guy, he doesn't know which way he's going to get fucked.
His hand down, man down. You know the rules, all right?
And so do I.
Yes, protect yourself at all times.
Please.
and obviously he's not. That dude. Okay, I'm pretty sure the American went on to like grab him by the collar and just start hammering him. And the Canadian guy like got knocked over, and the refs jumped in before there was like any serious ground and pound going on.
Yeah,
But yeah,
That's-
Canadians lost teeth that night. Let them never forget their little brother. All right, and we could do whatever we want with them.
you got that? You got that, bud?
Yeah, we're
And-
top 2 in the world, and we're not number 2. Yeah.
And what was that Joe Biden thing where it's like back when he was lucid? It's like, this is America. We race ahead of everyone else, and everyone else's finish line is our starting line. Like shit like that.
Fuck yeah. Okay, Bass Joe.
Bass
More than
Joe.
a feeling, more than a feeling. I want to see. Yeah. Oh God. I want to see bald eagles. I want to see aircraft carriers. I want to see Creed playing a halftime show.
Da, 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 da.
I want to see Hulk Hogan on a motorcycle.
I want it.
I want machine guns. I want
want
monster
machine-
trucks.
I want Machine Gun Kelly. I actually want Hulk Hogan the hell out of here.
Yeah. I want that dude who's in the Baja.
Jesse Ventura.
I want to win all the time. USA. USA.
You.
Fuck. I love being in America.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, U.S. hockey fight. Canada loses again. Typical Canada L.
Anna, we love you. Don't boo us again, please.
Oh, now
we
they
love
know what happens because we're gonna kick your ass and win the game.
Oh, oh, oh. All right, there you
You good?
Sorry, my throat's also busted as fuck, and I have to go sing and dance later.
Oh yeah, you're in a show.
Oh yeah.
What's the
Oh,
show?
my God. It's the Little Mermaid.
Oh, da 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 da. Did they do that song?
Antwan. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll probably be doing the Prince and the Crab, so I get everything, dog.
Isn't that what they were going to call the Prince and the Pauper? Where they changed it around the Prince and the Crab.
The Prince and the Crab.
This man sees a crab that looks just like him, and they switch lives.
Oh, I like that.
Under the sea.
Clot.
Have you ever done a Little Mermaid before? I feel like you've done a lot of
Yeah,
shows like that.
yeah,
Okay.
I did that. I did it like 4 or 5 years ago, and I was the Prince, and it's a fun show with the company I'm with. They make me fly, which I'm excited for. I love fucking stage flight.
Mhm.
I just hope my wire fighting crew is ready.
Oh shit! And they all get their rope.
Yeah, God bless them. They're a bunch of like middle-aged dads in all black, and they hoist me in the air. It's fucking awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh man, that requires immense core strength for what I'm gonna have to do.
Ugh, I guess I'll have to work
That
on my
shit
core.
hurted. Oh, that yeah.
Yeah.
Last time I remember doing it, I just remember it's like my stomach hurts all the time.
Ugh.
Is
I'm
this
so
what
hurt.
women deal with? Question mark.
No, couldn't be. Couldn't be.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hey, well, maybe if Eve didn't bite that apple. All right, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Wow, man, we're just isolating everybody today, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm on an island. Population 3. Jason can come
Who?
sometimes too, I guess.
Who? We like Jason.
Yes, we do. We do like Jason.
Uh,
Yeah, leave a comment for how much everybody loves Jason. All right.
Look
Also,
at me,
like
I'm a
this video
scrub.
and share it with your loved ones.
Likey. Oh, so I think I said this maybe, but my dad has started to try to listen to the podcast. And
Lord Almighty.
a few weeks ago, he was like, I don't even know where to find the podcast. And I was like, it's here, and you can subscribe to it, and you can do all the sorts of stuff. And I explained that when it was a red bordered video, that those were podcast episodes, and then everything else was like gameplay episodes. Now, I didn't try to dissuade him from watching anything, but I was like, I think you'd be more interested in the podcast portion of it than the gameplay portion of it, just because there's a lot going on in the gameplay portion of it. It may be a bit confusing. It may be a bit whatever. And then earlier this week, he was traveling, and he called me to be like, hey, I started watching the podcast. You guys were like 4 cartoon dudes running around doing stuff, and I'm like, Dad, that was the Gang Beast video. And he goes, what? And he was like, that's a Gang Beast video. It's we play a video game. And he's like, oh yeah, it seemed a little confusing because none of you seemed like you knew what you were doing, and you were just sort of running around doing whatever. And I'm like, yeah.
Hell of a podcast, son.
But he did say like later, he was like, hey, you have a good sense of humor, Mac. And then he kept on doing his life. And I was like, all right. So
Thanks, Papa.
He thinks I'm funny. Yeah. I thought it was just very funny that he saw like the gameplay video.
That Father Souls likes our gaming content.
Yeah, exactly. Especially since that one guy, I can't get him out of my mind. Who was like, I want to like these videos, but they're like too hyperactive. There's too much going on. And then that other person.
Why don't you go listen to NPR, you prick?
And then that other person who was like, this is perfect for my ADHD brain. So I was like, maybe my dad would like these.
Yeah. See, both ends of the spectrum, where it's like, oh, come on, guys, you don't need that many cutaways. And then somebody being like, this is the fucking best. I live for this shit. And I'm like, yes, target audience acquired.
We can't please everybody. We can't please everybody.
Yes. Instead, I'm gonna please myself. You don't mind if I please myself real quick?
No, Nick, we're only 20-something minutes into this podcast.
Crap! Oh, never mind. I'll save the pleasure for 1 minute.
When I think about you, I touch myself. And everyone's like, no.
I don't need... Who sings that song?
I don't even know.
I think we're gonna leave it at that because I don't want to know. What a freaky ass song.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Australian band Divinals.
Crap! You looked it up.
Like Da Vinci.
That's a funny name. That's actually a really funny name.
That's why.
All right, you win this time, Divinals.
Divinals?
You won't be so lucky.
Who sings the song "I Touch Myself"? Divinals. All right.
What's that hog cranking song I love so much?
Turning Japanese.
Oh, that's yeah, actually. Damn, I was bumping that shit when I was in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh man, I met a dude. He's a fun guy. A little bit of an oddball, right? A little quirky. But yeah, he just kind of approached like my little group of dudes at the bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he just started talking to us. He looked drunk off of his ass because he was stumbling around every which way, right?
Uh-huh.
And yeah, he's like, oh, it just evolved and it's like, oh, you've been to Japan? I've been to Japan. Ain't that fun? Ain't that neat?
We have something in common.
Yeah, fast forward like an hour later, he's dropping F-bombs and N-bombs left and right. I'm like, wow, you got comfortable quick.
He feels familiar.
Yeah, it's like he starts, and I think he's like mid-30s or something, so he just starts hating on everything that's not like Civ 5. And it's like, I played Civ 7, it's not so bad. And he's like, you fucking, you know?
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm like, whoa, okay. And yeah, no, he was fun. He's fun.
Listen, I don't have to be friends with you, okay? I don't have to be.
He was saying everything in a joking way, and then afterward he'd be like, I'm just joking. Okay.
I'm just joking.
You know? I'm like, okay. And then, yeah, he left, and I caught him awkwardly dancing with a woman by the bar. I'm like, coolest dude ever.
Good for him.
Yes, thank you, security technician, Mike, I believe his name was. Mike, we know you're out there. Keep doing what you're doing. You're winning.
We love you. Hey,
have you had any fun stranger interactions lately, Mike?
Fun stranger interactions? No. You have to understand. Unless I like explicitly say so, I stay in like 2 rooms. I exist in 2 rooms. And then very rarely do I go outside to like get food. And like that's it. That's it. So no really stranger interactions. I say hi to neighbors, and that's thrilling. It's a surprise.
Salutations, neighbor. And then you duck back inside.
And I go, oh, and I get scared. Like a
good heavens.
That one video of the CEO being called out at a college. Did you see that? Where it's like her name's like Dorothy something. It's like a CEO being interviewed, and someone a girl stands up like to yell at her, and she says the CEO's name. She's like, Dorothy whatever, and the CEO goes like, oh! Like she gives the highest pitch, like, oh good heavens,
scream. Pearls and everything. Yeah.
exactly. It's so funny. That's what I'm like. Just
Imagine
talking with
being
people.
that paranoid. Just
Yeah.
somebody saying your name sends you into like panic.
My name gets called and I get scared.
Yeah, McClellan Souls. Oh! Yeah, it's just like Esqueleto screams from Nacho Libre. Just
Escaleta! Oh yeah! God, fuck yeah!
oh man.
That's a
No,
classic.
I don't like when that happens though. In that lady's defense,
Uh-huh.
not a fan. If I'm out in public and a stranger says my name, I'm on guard. All right.
Mhm.
Like first off, my day's ruined. You've ruined my day, and now I have to recover from that. Yeah, it happened a couple times where I wasn't, like completely pissed off about it. Where it's like, oh, you're actually a cool guy. All right, this isn't the worst, right?
I got my
But
eye on you.
yeah, unless I go outside with the intention of seeing specific people, I don't want to see anybody else. All right.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's just me.
I
That's
don't-
my
I-
recluse trait.
I get even if it's people I like, I still get like nervous just interacting with people I didn't expect to be interacting with today.
Oh yeah,
It is
I shit my pants right off the bat.
yeah. And if I don't like you, oh man, like
Oh, that's the worst.
yeah.
Yeah,
I-
that is my. That,
I have a-
I hate it here.
I have a question. For you. You told me earlier this week that you almost got into a scrap.
Oh,
almost got into a scrap out of it.
baby.
I would love to know what happened.
Okay, I'll lay it down thick, but I'll preface this with no scrap was had, and as Christ said, "Blessed are the peacemakers." All right, that's
Blessed are
how
the
I try to live
peacemakers,
my life. Right? Okay, according
Yeah.
to the teachings of the good book.
We have some
But
readings from the good book, I believe.
Antwan, pull up a picture of MF Doom sitting in like a Christmas, with his like
MF Doom Christmas special. And you should
because
see him in the
I'm
mask
about
and
to
the
take
hat.
everybody on story time right now.
Story time.
Yeah, so as I probably referenced once or twice, I've become a golf addict within like the last year, quote unquote, right? And typically, you think of golf as a pretty chill thing to do, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it was not a chill day, at least for the people playing right behind us, because no. The first half, the first front nine, it was beautiful. There was an old trio behind us of very nice, understanding people, and we were all moving at a fantastic pace, right? So no
Mhm.
problems. Just I was playing just a twosome, me and my boy Joe. We were having a great time. The back nine, it's I think, the 13th hole, like right after we start the back nine. It's a par three, very short. In context, it's a very short shot. It's like a little over a football field in length, right? So I take my shot, goes in the fucking water. I'm like, beautiful. I love golf, right? I love golf. And my boy Joe takes his shot, and he actually gets it pretty dang close to the pin. So it's like, okay, cool. We hop in our cart, we go over to the pin, and we find his ball. As soon as we find his ball, we hear like shouting coming from behind us, and I'm like, what the fuck? There was like a group, like a high school golf group that I thought they were like yelling at their ball to, like get in or something like that, right? Because I could not hear what was being like screamed, but it was just loud and a lot of it. I'm like, who the fuck is screaming on a golf course? How uncouth.
Strange.
Yeah, so whatever. We finish up that hole, and we're like, okay, tight. And we start walking to our cart. And as we're walking to the cart, I see a dude walking this course, a little funny thing to do, who wasn't playing behind me before, so I had no idea where the fuck he came from. And he's just like, hey, you took my ball. I'm like, what? What ball are you playing, sir? It's like a warbird. I'm like, oh, that's funny. My warbird went in the water, and my friend is playing generic unbranded golf balls. And there is no warbird in our pockets right now that we just finished up. So why don't you go check? There's a ball in the water over there, or there's a ball in the bunker, or a ball in the other fucking course, but we didn't touch shit. And we told him all that, and he's like, oh, just grumbling to himself. And we head our way to our carts, like, fucking prick. Like,
Hey,
if
you're fucking up my day. No.
This is how it works. If you first off, it's a game, right? If somebody were to do that to me, like actually steal my ball, I just would take a drop and continue playing. I have a bunch of balls, right?
Mm-hmm.
But or if you go up to somebody, it's like, hey, did you see my ball? If they say no, I'm not gonna shake them down. Like I'm not a fucking cop.
You took my ball. I saw you take my ball with my own 2 eyes in your own 2 hands.
So yeah, that nasty interaction should have just been the end of it. But we finish up our game. We're taking all our shit down from the cart, and like the 2 guys pass by us again as we're like getting all of our stuff ready. And one of them is just like chirping at me. It's like, hey, you like my ball? You like playing my ball? And I'm like, oh, what are you doing? You're like 45, brother. Go home. Like, and to add more context, the faces of these dudes is tragic. They look like life has beaten them down, whittled their spirits. Both of them had bags under their eyes that were practically purple. Okay,
it's the ugliness in their souls coming out to their face.
Actually,
that's what that is. That's what that is in
They're
that scenario.
Ugly inside and out. Both of these fellas, right? And God bless Joe. He's Irish, so he has a little bit of a more of a fighting spirit than I do.
Yeah. Well, the thing is when someone accuses you as an Irish person, your immediate reaction is fuck no, and in fact I'm going to kill you. So you can't accuse me anymore. That's just the natural reaction.
It is very understandable, I think.
Yeah.
Like his reaction. I was corralling him so fucking hard because like he screamed. What did he? I have to be very specific with what he screamed. Because they were like, "Oh, you like our balls? You like our balls?" And then Joe was like, "We didn't take your ball, retard." Right?
Calling a 45-year-old man a retard is fantastic.
and then as soon as Joe said that to the guy, he's like, "Oh, okay. We don't have to do any name calling." I'm like, "You're fucking harassing us. What do you want us to do?"
You are yelling at in a parking. That's so absurd. Yeah, these 2 actual morons. Actual
real pieces of fucking work, right? But this is not that we're not anywhere close to the end because they start like walking up on Joe like with pace, walking with intention. And Joe is just holding like a wedge in his hand. It's like, yo, back up or I'll fucking club you, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, no. I just jump in between them. I'm like, parting the Red Sea. I have a hand on Joe. I got a hand out to the other dude. It's like, hey, listen, this is a big misunderstanding. But we didn't take your ball. We don't want to start any trouble. Let's just fucking go home, all right? It's like, turn around and leave. Leave us be. And then they're just chewing my ear off, calling me all these fucking names. And it's like, well, your buddy over here is trying to fucking start something. It's like, he is Irish and drunk. Leave him alone.
He's Irish and drunk, and you walked up on us. Like, that's like...
Yeah. Like, we did not start anything.
Yeah.
Okay? They came up. They've been with the incendiary comments the entire time.
What a childish excuse of like, well, your buddy started it. Fuck off!
Oh like
exactly. It's oh my god! I'm getting angry just like sitting here just listening to this. Like
Mac, I wish you were there because honestly,
I'm not a peacemaker.
Joe and I look friendly.
His Irishman is coming out, Nick. His Irishman's
coming out. No, listen, Nick. When it comes to stuff like that, when like I'm in general, when everything's calm, I'm the peacemaker. When people are upset and I don't understand why, I try to, like, hey, like things are all right, things are whatever. When it comes to scenarios like that, I'm not at first instinct a peacemaker. I'm really not. It's like they respond and I respond back how I think appropriately how it should be. I'd be with Joe in that scenario. I'm just like, all right, I guess we're throwing down with 45-year-olds in a parking lot. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Okay, holy shit!
It was the most ironic thing that happened to me. It's because we found a club that somebody left behind on the last hole, right? And I'm like, oh fuck! Like as we're like taking down all our shit, it's like fuck, I forgot the club. So I run to the last hole, pick up the club. It's like I have to go return this to the clubhouse just in case they come back and they want their club. And as I have that club in my hand, like they come, they do that whole shit to us, right? And it's like, you fucking selfish assholes, bro. Stealing balls at a golf course? You serious? And I'm like, this is divine irony. What's happening right now? Like,
You are
I can't believe.
Yeah.
I look at the. Am I getting punked? I'm like looking at the TV cameras around somewhere. Because after that first interaction, I go to the clubhouse, I return the club, and the dude's like, "Oh, thanks. Good looking out," right? And I'm like, "Thank you. Thank you."
Yeah.
And we walk out, and there's an old man who, because it was a very public thing. We were right next to the putting greens. We were right next to the clubhouse. So many people saw us almost scrap.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an old guy who's like, "Don't worry about it. It's okay. You know, they're you know, a little weird." And I'm like, "Thank you,
old man.
Thank you, Joe
Yeah.
Biden. Thank you, former president."
It's no problem. I gotta go find my mom. And then he walks
And
away.
you think it would be over then? You think after all that shit it would be over? Nah.
Nah.
Because that was before the parking lot. Then there is the parking lot. We get to our car and they're fucking there. They're like on the other side, like, you know, putting their shit away. And I'm like, oh, please just don't say anything. Can you just shut your mouths and we can all head on our own way and forget this ever happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the same dude who was chirping at Joe the entire time, who was like stepping up to Joe, he's like, "Hey, you still got that club on you?" And I'm like,
"No, we returned it."
"No, the one that Joe was like holding up to his face,
okay.
right?"
Okay.
Yeah, and Joe was like, "No," because I just held Joe. It's like, "Joe, just leave it. Joe, just leave it. Like, put our shit away. We're leaving." And he's like, Joe finally kind of cooled off right there. He's like, "You know what? I'm gonna be a bigger man. I'm just gonna head on." Right? It's like, "Oh, you're gonna be the bigger man? Oh, excuse me, bigger man." You know?
Yeah. God.
Yeah, and then Joe did deliver one line of brilliance before we left, right? It's like we're putting all our shit in the car, and Joe's like, "Why don't you just get in your fucking car and leave? What is that, a Subaru?" And the dude just turned.
Oh yeah,
what like, "Yeah, it is a Subaru." And then we just closed the door and fucking drove up.
Drag
And I'm
his
like,
ass.
"Joe, okay, we were in my BMW, pretty nice car, right?"
Uh-huh.
Yeah, kind of a flex. And I'm like, "Joe, you drive the biggest piece of shit. You only said this because we're in my car."
That's fine. That guy doesn't know that.
I'm like, "You didn't have to call him a lesbian, Joe."
Oh man, that's. I'm so sorry that you have to go through that, but like, as someone who has regularly dealt with asshole adults, hey, when people say things like, "Oh, you've grown up" or "You've done whatever," growing up has nothing to do with it. People who were assholes, who don't think that they should ever stop being that, will continue to be assholes for the rest of their lives. And maybe that guy was having a bad day. Because sometimes people just have bad days, but from the way you've described it of the constant behavior, that is someone who has never been taught a lesson before in their life. Or if they have, they just haven't learned. And so, to just...
Oh, I'm not the dude to teach lessons like that, right?
It's someone's gotta, or else that... Because if someone doesn't teach people like that lessons, what happens is they continue to do that for the rest of their lives, making everyone's lives around them living hell. So really, it's a good of the many versus the good of the few kind of thing.
I should have just taken that assault charge on the chin and kicked their ass, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not saying you should have done anything. That's not what I'm saying.
What's one more felony?
What I'm saying is, like, if that guy doesn't learn, like, if that guy doesn't get banned from the club or get, like, something happen for this kind of behavior, they'll go through their whole life thinking, but why is everyone against me? But what do I do wrong? Like, I'm such a reasonable guy.
I'm no believer in karma, right? I don't think karma's a thing. But there is divine justice, okay? And I know.
Sooner or later, God will cut you down.
Probability too. Probability. Like, because God, somebody, I think it was like somebody in my family said, it's like, they don't know you. Why were they starting shit? It's like one day they're going to just bump into somebody fucking dangerous with that, and something's going to happen to them. It's like, yeah, exactly. You never ever start you never start fights. Okay, starting fights is the dumbest thing that you can do. You hear this, people? Non-violence is really sick. Because as soon as anything violent happens, you don't know what the outcome is going to be. You could die.
Yeah. Someone could have a gun and is just set up with you
Exactly.
that day. Like, you know what I mean?
You could
like,
piss off the wrong person at the wrong time, and congrats, partner, your life is taken. So, in all circumstances where you can avoid violence, I will take it. And I was actually really surprised with myself about like, oh my god, I like that was all going on, and I don't want to say things moved slow. It's just I instinctively pushed people away and just defused the situation. I'm like, okay, not bad, not bad. So what I needed to do to recover from this, as we were driving off, we were just like, yapping our minds off. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
I need to go to Chili's. I just need to go to Chili's.
Hi, welcome to Chili's. Hi, I almost got an
Exactly.
assault charge, and I need.
Yeah, it's like me gripping the shit out of like the edge of the table. It's like I need a triple dipper and a margarita now.
now. And they knew. They knew. They were like, "Oh, another fight in the parking lot."
Oh, another
We get
golf
those.
fight.
We get those all the time, pal.
Don't worry, buddy. Don't worry. I got you. And yeah, Chili's really did make everything feel better.
That's wonderful to hear.
Yeah. So, moral of the story, there will be assholes.
Mhm.
I really hate encountering assholes, dude. I was on such a streak in life, just bumping into lovely people all the time, right?
Mhm.
Just welcome to Chili's.
Again,
But-
and you have to remember how this started, where he thought you took his ball. What an insane thing to accuse of somebody.
Are you fucking crazy? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Because if they did it on purpose. Okay, yeah, go for it. Go for it.
No, it's a par 3, very short, right? We took our shot and we didn't dilly dally. We headed right to the pin to find our ball. And as we're like walking up on our ball, we hear shouting. And I'm like, what? And it just doesn't make any sense to me. That means they must have teed up and took both of their shots as we like the minute and a half that it takes for us to drive 100 yards in a golf cart.
No waiting. Why wait?
So
Why do anything?
that's already like a really dick thing to do in golf. It's like, why are you
Yeah.
shooting if somebody's not done with the hole? It's a par 3. It'll be done in a second. So I'm like, I have no idea where they came from, but they're bad players and bad people, and I don't like them.
He stinks, and I don't like him.
Yeah, just it's like that's an extra layer of shittiness added on top of this story. It's like, oh, and you're shooting a ball on people? You could have hurt, like I could have been hit.
Oh god, I don't know if this was the worst person I've ever had to deal with, but it's like certainly one that stands out in my mind a lot. I was a child, first of all. Number one, first and foremost, I was like 16, 17 years old when this happened. Me and my grandma, my dad's mom, used to go to the theater to watch it's called this Distinguished Speakers Series. So like every year they have like 7 people, and like one person a month, come out and speak about whatever they want to and whatever. It ranges from like Steve Wozniak to politicians to photographers,
Woz.
whatever. The Woz. I forget who was speaking this time, whatever. So we were like in the middle of the row waiting for people to filter out so that we can go. I'm on the right side, my grandmother's sitting to the left, and there's an older lady on her left who was like getting her jacket on to like get out and go. I'm not moving past this older lady because I'm talking with my grandmother, and also this older lady is going to be done in a second. There's like a couple, like there's room for her to like start to go. She's only going to take a few more seconds to put her shit on, and then we'll leave. There's no hurry in my mind. The guy behind me, who's sitting to my right, goes, sighs really loud, and goes, there's plenty of people waiting to leave right now. And I look at him, and I look at the old lady putting on her jacket, and I'm like, yes, and there was a woman putting her jacket on. We can wait a second. And he goes, well, that's perfectly fine for her, but there's people who really need to leave right now. And it's like,
Oh my god!
As soon as he said that, she was done putting on her jacket and she was moving. And I was like, and now she's done. So now we don't have to talk about it anymore. And he was like, well, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly okay. And it's like, he was like very aggressively positive because now like there's nothing to be angry about. He can't be angry anymore. So what he's going to do?
I'm the asshole, huh?
Yeah, I'm
actually the asshole. Yes.
Yeah, and so we have to walk next to each other for like the next few seconds as we're like leaving out the door because we're like just going the same direction. So it's like, yes, you have nothing. Yeah, it's like you have nothing to be angry about. So we're fine. He goes, well, that's fine. And it's like, okay, whatever. Like, and we walk back. We walk back to. I think I drove, so it's like we walk back to my car, and I'm like, whatever. My grandmother's like, I understand completely, and I think you handled it well. And I'm like, thank you very much. But just like, what the fuck are we doing? Listen, adults. Some of you act very childish, and by that I mean some of you are assholes. Stop it.
Yes.
Get some help. If you get into fights with people often in your day-to-day life, maybe it's you. Maybe you're the person who's doing all this.
They're always the problem, all right?
They're the problem. So here's the thing. If you have that self-awareness to understand that you're getting into fights often, take that extra step and realize that it is you and that you need to get some help about it. Please. And that is
the only help that these people can get is a swift kick in the ass, all right?
A swift kick in the ass. It's
because they're never like I was thinking about it. It's like these type of people seek out conflict. Either they are world-class pugilists or they have never had the sting of another man's fist on their face. Okay? So they have to. You're right, Mac. They do have to learn. And I'm not going to be the one to teach them, but one day it's going to happen.
For their own safety, not even just for their own safety, for their own safety, for the safety of others, they have to be taught that this is not how people behave. And if it is how people behave, there's consequences to how you behave.
See what happens, Larry?
Do you see what happens?
See what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and listen, if they were to like swing first, incite any kind of violence to me, then oh my god,
that's self-defense.
I feel like I would just be like an uncaged tiger. I would see white. I'd put my fucking thumbs through their eyes.
stick my thumb in your goddamn eye, dude.
Yeah, like
we do not promote violence, by the way.
We do not.
No, we don't. I'm talking in a purely self-defense setting. It's like I obviously defuse the situation. But if you come at me, I'm going to be like an ape. I'm going to rip your nuts off. It's like I'm going to grab a hold of your ear and just
twist it. It doesn't take that much. It doesn't take that much pressure in pounds.
Twist it.
Oh my god!
Twist.
Oh my god!
Yeah. It's like God forbid anybody wants to fight with me. I will just be the nastiest, most brutal man. Because that's what wins. All right, I'm not squaring up with anybody. I'm biting. I'm clawing. I'm taking whatever hard is in my pockets and shoving that in your face.
Just due to my nature, I think it'd be much easier to just pick up somebody and throw them to the ground.
You can body slam the fuck out of people. That's why it's like if you were there, they wouldn't be standing up to us like that. Yeah, they would have. No, it's
because you are about average size. Joe's a little bit taller than you.
Yeah,
and these
look like nice size.
These guys saw you as children because they are asshole adults again. So
because they're 45 and unhappily married.
Yeah, tell him, Nick. Tell him, Nick.
Why don't you go back to your wife who beats you? Okay,
tell him.
Exactly, and it's like, look, if Mac was there, we would have had the size advantage. All right, we would have had numbers and size on the rat. Mac is a big man who is not afraid to throw down, dude.
I understood what he meant, but thank you very much, Antwan. I did think about making the joke, but it's fun. Oh man! So are we done fighting? Are we done fighting with people? Okay.
I've never started fighting. I am a lover. All right.
Yeah. Pull up counter read flip. You got to be a lover and a fighter.
I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover.
I don't. No. Because if you're a lover, you got to be a fighter.
How so?
Because if you don't fight for your love, what kind of love do you have? No, I'm kidding.
Yes. Look, I'll fight if it comes, but you'll never ever catch me.
If it what?
Starting shit. Huh?
If it what?
You know, on the Castoe show, you can watch what you want, then you can go. Make sure you subscribe and like it too. Ooh, and then you'll realize Castoe's here for you.